everyone. So I'm here today to do a little bit of a different video. I just thought that because we are closing into the year, it would be interesting for me to look at the videos that I made about my plans for the year and what I have accomplished and what I haven't. I have two videos with my plans. One of them was at the very beginning of the year, and I didn't make many plans because Alex was just born like 2 months before that, and I just didn't know where my life was going. And then another one at the middle of the year, when I was more settled in myself and I knew a little bit more what I wanted to accomplish until the end of the year. So I thought it would be interesting to react to those and see what I thought I was going to do.
I wanted to make a quick video today talking about my reading plans and YouTube plans for 2022. And the real answer to that is I don't have any, because I have a 2-month-old baby, and I have no idea how my life is gonna be in 2022. So I don't really have a lot of plans. But yeah, I wanted to walk you through a little bit of things. So last year I did Invisible Cities and I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great idea, but I found often that, especially for some countries, I didn't have the access to books that I was going to actually like from that country. So I read whatever was available to me, and those were not always books that I enjoy. There has been a few really good books that I discovered because of Invisible Cities, but there have also been a lot of that from the project, and I don't think this year I have the time to do that, to read books just because they're from a certain country rather than...
Okay, so on Invisible Cities I said that I was not going to participate. I have I have just read books from countries that I had not read from before. So when a country came up that I hadn't read before, then I read a book for that. But if I had read from that country already, I didn't make any effort, and I also didn't make any of the food or any of the movies that I did last year. I just didn't have time for that.
It's a great project that many people are going to enjoy, but that's not me at this particular moment in my life. And that goes as well for prices. The last couple of years I have been into reading prices, especially the International Booker and the Booker with the Booker Boy Book Club and all of that. It's really fun, and it's a really nice community, and everybody is talking about these books, and it just feels very community based, and I really love that feeling. But also with the Dublin Literary Award, the Jalak Prize, all of those prizes are always great, and I really enjoy the community aspect of it. But I just don't have the time and I don't have the energy.
So I said that I was not going to do prizes, and I think I have done less prizes this year. I did the shortlist of the Dublin Literary Award, and I read about 10 books from the International Booker and about 10 books from the normal Booker. And I think that's it, and the book took prize, but I think that's something I'm about to say. But yeah, I have cut the prices, but I think I should cut more. I mean, the normal Booker was quite disappointing this year. The person that won was good, but all the other books were like not that. Oh, and I also did the Orwell Prize. Yeah, I also did the Orwell Prize, and that was good. That was actually better than the Booker, I think. But yeah, I have to rethink about my price strategy, because I don't think I'm going to be able to stop myself that much. But at the same time, I don't think I want to follow that many. I say this, and then I will follow all the book prices next year.
What I have signed up for is the BookTube prize for the translated category. So
I did do the BookTube prize for the translated category, for all categories, and I have to say that looking at myself in this video, I look very tired, and I remember that by the end of December, like in November and December, the two months. I read five books. I think 5 books in total. I read like 4 books in the first 2 months of Alex's life. But then from then on, like I think, yeah, very shortly after that, I started having a little bit more of a hang of things, and Alex started sleeping a bit more, and yeah, then I was able to do more things. And when I was doing more things, then I got more energy, and now here I am.
I read from there. Something that I actually wanted.
Alex was so cute when she was little. Not that she's not cute now, but she looks so little in that video.
This year, it's finishing my actual physical TBR and maybe also my ebook TBR. That doesn't mean that I want to finish the year without any physical books or ebooks that I own, but I want to, if I have any, I want them to be because I bought them that year, not that are carrying around. And luckily that is manageable for me, because currently I have 3 physical books in my TBR, and I have about, I think...
So I did manage to read 2 of those physical books, and I DNF'd one. I started the first chapter and I decided I didn't want to read it anymore. And with the ebooks, I have read DNF most of them. I have 1 left, but it's still the beginning of December when I'm filming this, and I'm planning to read that book in December, so we should be clear on those goals. Okay, so that was that for that video. So I think I did pretty well. I did read all the books on my physical and ebook TBR or DNF, so those are all clear. I did do all the rounds of the Booktube Prize for translated fiction, and I did sort of participate in Invisible Cities at some point, not really consistently, and I also participated on some prizes. Let's see what I had on the, it's called Reading Plans Re-evaluation.
In Invisible Cities. So I said I was not going to participate. I have participated in a couple of months, because I decided that I was only going to participate if I had not read from that country before.
Yeah, that's what I said. I have been participating if I had not read from that country before, and I think that's something that I'm probably going to continue to do, just because I have my Read Around the World project now, and I have to read from countries I haven't read from before anyway as part of my Read Around the World, so I would rather do it with a community than by myself.
Since making that video, I have also made a video talking about my Reading Around the World challenge, which is something that I have been doing like forever, just trying to pick up books from countries I've never read from and try to slowly make my way through the world, basically. But recently, after I posted that video, I have actually been doing a lot of research on the countries that I have not read from, and I have chosen books from all the countries and ways to source those books. And I think I am really excited for that project at the moment, so I think I'm going to use that momentum. And I have started doing videos geographically of places where and talk about the books I've read from them. So far I have only done one, which is North America, and I have read from all the countries in North America, so that was easy. But
okay, so yes, I have been doing that. I have done North and South America now, and Central America, and I have moved to Europe, so I'm in the middle of Europe at the moment, but I do have the plan to continue doing that, and those videos will keep coming up. I also love the interaction on those videos. They're like the best and the sweetest comments are normally on those videos, and I have so many recommendations that I'm thinking to, when I'm finished with the challenge, I'm just going to go through the comments and read all of the recommendations from everybody, because they're great. So yes, for sure, I have been doing that, and I have been really enjoying that.
In terms of prizes, I also said that I was probably not going to participate, but then I got caught up again in the hype of the books. So I did read a lot of the International Booker. I also read the shortlist for the Dublin Literary Award and the Women's Prize for Fiction. I didn't read the Jalak. It was a bit too difficult for me to get the books, and I was not overly excited for all of them. So I just
Yeah, so it's true. Like I also read the shortlist for the Women's Prize. So I read shortlist for the Women's Prize, the Dublin Literary Award, and I read the they don't have a shortlist. The list for the Orwell Prize for Fiction, and I read some of the ones for the non-fiction category, and I also read all the list, but the majority of the books of the International Booker and the Booker. I think that my favorite was the International Booker. I think that has been the case for the last few years. I also enjoy the Orwell Prize in a different way, both the fiction and non-fiction category. Um, so I'm thinking that maybe I should focus more on that because the other ones were a little bit disappointing. And I know I get caught up in the hype, but I'm trying to work on that.
And the Booker is coming, so I think, yeah, I can lie to myself and say that I'm not gonna follow, but if I'm realistic, I'm probably going to do something similar to what I did for the International Booker. So I didn't read all of the books for that, but I did read a big portion of them, and I made a point to read the shortlist, so I probably will do that.
I have to say, I'm proud that O. William was in the shortlist, and I had no interest in doing that. And I did not read it. I did not read O. William. And I'm proud that I didn't, because I don't think I would have liked it. And I was just going to go read it for the completion of things, and I didn't. So yeah, maybe that's I have to push that approach a little bit further and just look at the things that I'm just actually interested in rather than the things that are in the shortlist.
And then the Booktube Prize, I have been enjoying translated fiction and judging so far all the rounds. And I think, we only have 2 rounds left, and I have already signed up for one of them. So I'm probably going to do all the rounds.
I did do all the rounds, and I have also signed up for next year translated fiction. Actually, there is a call for judges for the Booktube Prize in 2023. So if you're willing to sign up for it, I will leave a link down below to the announcement video where you have all the information, because it's a lot of fun, and I have enjoyed it a lot, all the rounds that I have done, and I think that seeing the books that were in the 3 categories that last year or this year, I am glad that I chose translated fiction. It was by far the most interesting collection of books. I think I did read some of the other lists just because I was curious about those books and I wanted to read them, but I didn't try to read all of them or anything. I just there were books that I was aware of already and I wanted to read, and I read them basically. But yeah, it is a really fun project, and I will suggest that some of you might be interested. So I will link below things.
I don't know what I will do about all of the other categories. I think I might read the winners.
I actually haven't read. I have read all the finalists of the fiction category, and I have obviously the translated fiction as well because I was judging. But I haven't read the winner of the non-fiction category. There was just too many American-centric books that I was not interested in, so I just didn't read them. It just didn't call any of my attention, and I think especially for nonfiction, it's a lot harder to read nonfiction books on topics you're not interested in. So I didn't read the winner of the nonfiction Booktube Prize.
The only real actual plan and challenge goal that I had in that video was to finish my physical TBR, which consisted of 3 books, and I did that. So we have half of a year left, and I did that. And also I mentioned that I would also like to do that for my ebook TBR. And I haven't finished my ebooks from last year, so I had 13 at that point. And I have, from those 13, I have still 5 to read. I have not read the rest. I have DNF'd some of them, or like decided that I was not interested in them anymore. But from the ones I'm interested in, I have 5 left, and I'm planning to make my way through them in the rest of the year. I have added a lot of ebooks to my TBR, so probably I should also read some of those, so that next year when I do that again, I don't have like 50 books to read.
I have actually also been reading the ebooks that I have gotten this year, so I think my ebook count is now at 14 or something, 13, 14. And I still have a little bit of the year left, so I think that probably will be down to like just 8, 9. So yeah, I think I'm also doing good with that. Okay, so that was it. Those are all the plans and goals that I had for the year. I think I've done pretty well. I think that yeah, the all TBR stuff and the Read Around the World project is going very well, and I think it's something that I want to continue. I think that the one thing that I'm a bit disappointed at myself maybe is that I said I was not going to read so many prizes, and I think that was a good thought, but I didn't manage to stop myself from the hype. So I will try again next year probably to stop myself from hyping myself into reading books I'm not actually interested in. But yeah, other than that, I think I did pretty well. Let me know what you think. Let me also know if you had any goals at the beginning of the year and how those went for you. And until next video, bye!